Hello, welcome to your favorite tech show on television, where we bring you all of the developments and, of course, your favorite tech experts. Today promises to be very exciting. Stay with us.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch for easy, fast and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
In case you've just tuned in, you're watching Africa's leading tech show on television with Don Pedro Agambe. When we come back from this quick break, you'll meet our tech personality of the week.
Digitization is life. So every sector you see running, no matter how slow or how fast it is running because of digitization.
One thing I think that we can do and should do is move our education from a theoretical perspective to a skill-based perspective.
Our tech personality of the week is the president of the Nigeria Internet Registration Association. He also doubles as the Chief Executive Officer of the Internet Exchange Point of Nigeria, Mr. Mohammed Rudman. All right, so we have joining us right now our tech personality of the week, Mr. Mohammed Rudman.
Thank you very much.
As you know, the world is currently trying to come out of a pandemic that has ravaged the entire world over the last 6 months and more. In Nigeria, the story is not different. But what lessons do you think we must have learned from this whole pandemic era?
The lessons is actually we need to plan. With all the businesses that are running, in the ICT industry, need to have business continuity plan and disaster recovery. Because for those that have such systems on ground, they easily recover, regarding all the issues. Some of them, like when it comes to diesel supply to their data centers or to their equipment, they have overcome that, even though government has given them permit, but it's good to have the business continuity plan. So I think it's a lesson learned that all other ones that do not have should actually have the business continuity plan.
Now, do you think that this pandemic has affected negatively or impacted negatively on the Nigerian tech sector?
Yeah, the pandemic has really helped the ICT industry as per se in Nigeria and across the world, especially the service providers. But to some extent, the major challenge is access to foreign currency. Most of the equipments that are used by the GSM operators and the telecommunication companies are, sourced from outside Nigeria, and so there is need for US dollars to buy those equipments. And unfortunately, because of the current devaluation of the naira and our foreign reserve getting down, and the apparel market is way on the high side, that has affected the telecom industry, of course, seriously, because they need access to US dollars to import all the necessary tools and equipments for the upgrade of their network.
What is the vision and mission of NIRA to the Nigerian economy beyond the ICT industry?
The mission and vision, but not according to the website, of course, what is out there, but the reality is to manage the .ng, cost effectively, and to ensure, we have a resilient infrastructure that, never fails, and to ensure that Nigerians across everywhere to have access to .ng, at an affordable cost. So we want to make it available everywhere and for all Nigerians to have .ng, because that's our online identity for Nigerians.
What is the importance of the .ng domain to, the entire, not just the ecosystem, but to the Nigerian?
.ng is what is called the country code top-level domain for Nigeria. All the countries in the world have their own identities as well. And then there are private identities like the .com, the .net, the .org are all private entities running such facilities. They are called top-level domains, global top-level domains. So for Nigeria, we have the .ngccTLD, and it's critical for Nigerians to patronize .ng. One is that right now there is so much stress on naira because we mostly import than export. So if you buy .ng in naira instead of buying the foreign domains .com, .net in US dollars, you reduce that stress on naira. That means less capital flight. The money stays in the local economy. The .ng administrators, NIRA, will use that money to build more infrastructure locally, to get more hands to manage the .ng, and to train their people technically. So in essence, is part of it is being patriotic about it, and two is consuming what we produce to some extent, because .ng is our local identity and people should use that. The response is right now, it's quite significant, it's improving. Initially, there is no awareness, and that's why we decided to extend our tentacles across Nigeria. We have started doing seminars and conferences out of Lagos. Mostly before now, we focus only in Lagos and Abuja. So the idea now is to reach out to all the 6 geopolitical zones, provide the necessary awareness for Nigerians so that they know there is .ng out there and they should buy it.
What is wrong with me using .com or .org?
You see, there is nothing really wrong with you doing in it, but in terms of using it for the benefit of your own country, you need to use .ng. But in terms of online identity, is all you are just using a name for people to go. The domain name is a window to the internet. You type that URL, the domain name, and it takes you to the homepage of your own website. So if you have it .ng, of course, one of the advantages is also that local companies within Nigeria know that, okay, this is a Nigerian company, which is good. The search engines too tend to optimize .ng when you are browsing locally within Nigeria, for example. To some extent, some of the .ng sites will have higher ranking. So there are so many other benefits apart from the ones I mentioned to you earlier in terms of making sure that we patronize what is local.
Okay, so we still have issues of data breaches, local content, cybersecurity facing the industry. What do you think are some of the way out of these issues?
Security is a moving target. You understand? There is no single solution that I can propose to you that will solve all the security challenges. You have security at different levels. For individuals, for example, browsing the internet from their computers, from their phones, there are certain guidelines that they should abide with so that they protect their own information, because it's their own responsibility. So in such situations, people need to have antiviruses, ensure that they don't click on every URL sent to them. They don't download attachments from emails that they are not used to, even if it's WhatsApp. You are careful on what you do. It's important. But if you talk about the industries, the banks, they also have different requirements. For government also, they have different requirements. But generally, I think it's more of user awareness, getting the right, competent, skilled security expert to manage the infrastructure, because most of these breaches, especially in Nigerian banks and others, is actually from insider jobs, to gain the trust of the people that they are working with, so that they don't betray the organization, and then implement all the necessary tools to protect their networks, putting firewalls, putting intrusion detection systems, and so many other things.
Mr. Rudman, you'll agree with me that we still have issues of trust in local patronage. Doesn't that worry you?
To be honest with you, it's more of a reorientation. To me, we have myriads of problems in Nigeria. If you start narrating them, they are endless. And at any given level, if you look at it, those people are Nigerians. You say Nigerian police, for example. Sorry to say that people are saying they are corrupt. Are we getting people to recruit from Benin Republic or from Ghana to be Nigerian police? No, they are Nigerians. Nigerian army, they are Nigerians. People working in banks, they are Nigerians. People working in filling station, they are Nigerians. So everywhere you see is Nigerians. So the problem is we need to reorient ourselves. Where we are short-sighted, we are looking for easy money, we want to patronize foreign products to show off. Is generally we need to reorient. And that reorientation starts with government doing what is right at the highest level, and so that you have followers, leadership by example, ensuring that we have channels on televisions. Like NTA now has 3 different channels, I think, on DSTV. One of them is NTA Parliament, one of them is NTA International, and another NTA. One of the NTA channels should be dedicated to reorientation of Nigerians. Simple rules: obey traffic light. When it's on red, do not beat it, because it might cost an accident. Someone might lose his life. So it's reorientation. So even in terms of the brand for .ng, because mostly the products, people create shortcuts in those products. When we import, we go to China, we say, okay, do a substandard product for Nigeria. It's a mentality. So for us to correct it, honestly, we need a complete reorientation, so that we know what is right and people should do it.
Recently, smart city has been on the front burner. What do you think are the requirements for what is called a smart city?
Usually smart cities apply technology and innovation and ICT to solve problems for the city, managing traffic, transportation, and all the rest. Those smart cities, attract people to the cities. People are willing to invest in those cities, and you have very intelligent people are willing to stay in those cities because they are extremely safe. They have access to facilities. Some of it is, for example, green areas in those cities. Some of it is, for now, for example, in Singapore, they are called vertical farming, where you have a story building as high as 10-story building is all one farm. They farm the food that people eat, because in cities it's access to fresh vegetables. For example, cities like Lagos and other big cities, such things are a bit difficult. So they use technology and ICT to solve these problems. So for Nigeria, so to be honest with you, not yet, because the fundamental keystone for smart city is electricity. Almost all these things, the security cameras you put to track individuals, rely on electricity. The waste management rely on everything relies on electricity. So one is we have to solve that electricity problems. Then we have to have pervasive network connectivity across the city at a high speed. For example, Lagos is investing now in ducts across Lagos to interconnect the city. You must have seen all those colored pipes, 5 or 6 of them. That is part of it, so that people do not have to dig, the telecommunication companies, to lay fiber. It's made easy for them to do it. So Lagos is planning towards that smart city. So it entails that. So the most important thing to me, honestly, when I look at it is vision and the right leadership. The right leadership with the right vision, I think, can be able to deliver and change some of our cities to smart city. Even globally, I think they mentioned, they shortlisted around less than 100 smart cities in the world, less than 100, because you have to manage your traffic lights, manage, during peak period, the traffic light is not the same thing. What we have is almost all the time the traffic lights are working. If they are giving 1 minute, they are giving 1 minute to the 4 different sides. So in Lagos in particular, I notice in the evenings when there is traffic, you see LASMA now managing that traffic. So even though you see a red light, a LASMA will say pass. In a smart city, they know exactly how the traffic is building up because they are monitoring government buses, they are monitoring the roads with cameras. They know that eventually this particular route, there will be traffic, so they will give it more time. So that particular route, for example, will have 3 minutes. The other routes that might not have traffic will only have that same 1 minute. And this is done electronically. They don't have to send the LASMA there when there is congestion for him to control. That is smart city. We are internet exchange point of Nigeria. We interconnect service providers within Nigeria so that the traffic exchange of traffic will be local. So, for example, all the major ICT companies in Nigeria, including all the GSM operators, are interconnected to us. We also have all the global content providers interconnected to us. So, for example, Facebook, Google, Microsoft are all peering at the internet exchange point of Nigeria. So if someone is browsing from MTN's network to Google's network, it comes through IXPN, especially if the content is within Nigeria. So that's why we are promoting that our content should be within Nigeria. When we started operating in 2016-17, the traffic was less than 1%. That is local, because there is no website that is hosted locally in Nigeria and no content provider that is within the shores of Nigeria. It has increased within the last 10 years from less than 1% to almost 70%. So almost 70% of our traffic is now local. So a typical service provider before now, when they connect to the internet, almost everything goes out. Now 70% is going local, 30% is going international. Because it's going local, the cost of data for that particular ISP has significantly dropped. You understand? So there is no need for us to import that data, and it increases the speed and creates more reliability, ensures there is no capital flight because those service providers are now paying in Naira, and it's more secured because our information remains within Nigeria. Instead of before now, you are browsing a website that is hosted even in Nigeria. Without the exchange point, it will go all the way to Europe, to US, and then come back. On the process, those countries can intercept that traffic and they can read our emails, especially government emails and sensitive information. But with what we are doing, we are creating an entirely new ecosystem for Nigeria when it comes to the internet. So we are domesticating the internet, because if you go to China, 90% of what Chinese are browsing is within China. So if you remove all the submarine cables that are connected to China, still China can go online and they can browse. The same thing with Germany, the same thing with Russia. It's in their local languages and they're hosting their information locally. So we are trying to do that for Nigeria, so that all the information we are browsing is hosted locally. So we keep encouraging people that have websites to ensure that that website is hosted within a local data center in Nigeria.
Thank you, Mr. Mohammed Rudman, for your time.
You're most welcome, my brother. Thank you so much.
Mr. Mohammed Rudman is the president of the Nigerian Internet Registration Association and chief executive officer of Internet Exchange Point of Nigeria, IXPN. He's been a tech personality of the week. Stay with us.
Thinking of banking in Africa? Think Zenith. In today's fast-moving, fast-changing world, you need a financial partner that understands your unique expectations. A bank with presence in major financial centers across the world, with the enabling platform to facilitate seamlessly, whenever, wherever, however. A bank with best-in-class financial solutions from a superb combination of technology and human touch. For easy, fast and secure banking that creates real value. Turning dreams into reality is now in your hands. People, technology, service. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Abi from Nigeria receives the first prize in the AISI GTZ TV category for his program, RCC Africa. Congratulations, Don Pedro.
ICT reporter of the year, electronic. Don Pedro Agambi.
Wow, that's half a time will allow us this week on this highly informative and educative package of your program. You can reach us on the numbers and email now showing on your screen. You can also watch this on our YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram at Don Pedro Agambi. Same time, same station. I'll be back next time. I'll see you.